Hello, Liberty Team and family. This is Dr. Ivey, your Executive Director, Chief Reminder Officer, and Lead Learner at Liberty STEAM Charter School. And I am excited to be bringing you a spontaneous read aloud for this very special day. Boys and girls, families, you know that today is a half day for Liberty, and it is a half day because we were planning and preparing for the arrival of inclement weather that was forecasted for our area this afternoon. In fact, not only is today a half day for scholars and staff, tomorrow is an e-learning day. It's our first e-learning day of the school year. And Friday is a regularly scheduled professional development day for staff, which means scholars do not attend on Friday. And then Monday of next week is, of course, Labor Day holiday. And so as I got home this evening and thought to myself, wow, it's going to be several days before we see our Eagle scholars and loving parents for again, a few days, and thought, why don't we have a spontaneous read aloud tonight? And starting next week, Dr. Ivey will be kicking off our weekly STEM read alouds. It is a spinoff, a continuation of what we did last year to incorporate the homeschool STEM connection. And so here is our first read aloud of the 23-24 school year, spontaneously brought to you, spur of the moment, for our unique circumstances. And so would love to invite all of our parents who are watching either live or recorded on this clip for later to gather your scholars for a special, very special read aloud. Parents, as you gather your scholars, we want you to engage with us on our read aloud for tonight. So we'd love for you to drop in the comment section, just like Ms. Scarborough has already done. Tell us who you are. Tell us your scholar's name, your scholar's class name, and their Liberty graduation year. And so we see Ryan Dixon has joined us for tonight. We have a few teachers that have joined us, Miss Marsh and Miss Vaughn. I see that Riley from the Clever Koalas class of 2036 has tuned in. And so again, families, gather your scholars. This is not just for Liberty scholars, but for anybody that wants to engage with us as we promote a love of reading under these very unique circumstances for today's half-day dismissal. And so you know it's very intentional that we bring to you a very special book. It is brought to you by Mrs. Merigliano from the Motivated Macaws, class of 2035. She shared this book with me earlier this afternoon, and Dr. Ivey is going to read it out loud for us tonight for our first read aloud of the new school year. It is titled When the Storm Comes. When the Storm Comes. Quite fitting for our circumstances that we are all experiencing today with the arrival of this stormy weather in our area. And for many of our scholars, it might be your first time experiencing having to go home from school early because of stormy weather. And this book is going to help us take into consideration and truly understand and appreciate what is it about storms and what do we do when they come our way. So I see that Lila is with us from the Joyful in Japan. She is joining us from the Elementary Academy. I see that Kristen Parker from Mathematics in Morocco is with us. We've got Quentin Timoni from the Top Notch Toucans. I see Lillian has joined in for us. Jakil, good to see you. Jackson Stevens from third grade, class of 2033. Keep on coming, parents. Drop in the comments your scholar's name, the class name, and their Liberty graduation year. So here it goes, boys and girls. Our read aloud for tonight, When the Storm Comes. When the Storm Comes is written by Linda Ashman, and the pictures are drawn by Tayun Yo. So, boys and girls, my first question to you that I want to ask you is, we have two names on the front cover of the book. And we know that good readers pay attention to clues that are given on the front cover of the book. What can we infer if we observe that there are two names on the front cover of the book? Take a moment to share with your parent. What can you infer, knowing that we observe there are two names on the front cover of the book? Parents, as your scholar tells you, drop their answer in the comment section so that we can share. So if your scholar has shared with you that there is an author and an illustrator, because we have two names on the front cover of the book, that is an excellent inference. And so my follow-up question, boys and girls, would be, well, what is the difference between the author and the illustrator? If we've got two names on the front cover of the book, and there's an author and an illustrator, what is the difference between the author and the illustrator? I see Jackson has already shared his answer with his parent. Savannah from the Powerful Pandas, good to see you. Aaron Duncan from Awesome in Australia, so glad that you're here. I see Miss Ward has joined in, and you're exactly right, Lucretia. Your scholar has answered correctly. Excellent job. The author is the person that writes the book, but the illustrator is the individual that draws the pictures. Excellent job, Brielle. Fantastic explanation, Jackson. All three of you are correct. So, boys and girls, let's take a look at the front cover of the book. How would we classify this book? Good readers can classify books in one of two ways. If we observe it very carefully on the front cover of the book, how would we classify this book? If your scholar has shared with you that they would classify this book as a fiction book, then they are correct. Excellent job. We know that this book is fiction because the pictures on the front cover are illustrations. That means that the pictures are not real. Therefore, we can infer as a good reader that this book is fiction, that there is a very special point of view that the author is trying to convey in the message that he or she is writing in the book, because the pictures, again, are not real. I see that Henry Lotz from Sensational in St. Lucia has joined in. The president of our amazing PTO is tuning in. Good to see you, Miss Lotz, on our Read Aloud for tonight. And I see that Paisley from the Resilient Reptiles has tuned in. Walker, William, so glad that you are with us. You're just in time. So, boys and girls, as we get ready for tonight, let's find out what this book and the message has to share with us for the special reason about today's half-day dismissal. When the storm comes. What do you do when the clouds roll in? When the wind chimes and the chimes start to clang and the weather vanes start to spin? Look at our character. What is she doing? She's looking outside, right? What do we notice? What do we observe in the illustrations? What do we see with the leaves on the trees? Tell your parent. Have you ever experienced this? Well, we watch and we sniff. We perk our ears up and we listen as the rumbling nears. We count the supplies. We check the news to find out what is happening. We find the most comfortable spot in our house and we start to snooze. Boys and girls, why are they getting ready to snooze? What does that mean? Snooze? That's right. They're going to take a nap. They're going to go to sleep. But why would they perk their ears and watch and sniff and listen as the rumbling nears? Well, let's keep reading because good readers got to turn the page to find out more. Well, where do you go when the sky all of a sudden turns gray and when the grasses start to bend over and the treetops start to sway? Ooh, that's a very interesting vocabulary word. Look at the tree swaying. What's another word for sway? Can you tell your parent? What's another word for sway? If we know that that's what the tree is doing, because the author tells us that the treetops are swaying. The illustrator shows us that in the pictures. What's another word for sway? Bend, swing. Yeah, those are some good words. Have you ever been outside and seen this before? Did you see it today? I saw it during afternoon dismissal. I saw leaves falling from the trees. I saw trees starting to sway. And I heard rumbling in the sky. And there was even some rain. I wonder what the next page in our book is going to say. So here's what we do, boys and girls. We gather here below the eaves. We roost beneath some sturdy leaves. We put our busy work aside and buzz back to the hive, and we start to hide. Ooh, we find a small, protected space, a hollow log, a sheltered place. Why do you think the bunny rabbit is inside the log, and we have another rabbit coming inside the log too? Where are the bees going? It's getting ready to do what? Storm. That's right. And what do you do when the buoys rock and way out in the ocean the waves crash hard against the dock? Wow. Would we see this where we're at? Probably not. And why would we not see this where we're at? That's right. We don't have big bodies of water like this. But boys and girls, the storm that has come to our area has been to other areas and has been to big bodies of water. Boys and girls, this is what other people saw many, 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 many miles away from us. And does this look safe to be in? No, it doesn't look safe to be in at all. That is why all of the people are not outside. Where will they be? That's right. Kristen, you're exactly right. They have to go inside for protection. I love the word that you use, protection. We have to stay safe, just like the bunny rabbits did in the hollow log. Let's keep reading. Well, here it comes. It's time to ride a blast of stormy air. Maybe we'll find a cove. Hey, well, it's safer in there. We dodge the weather if we can. We swim down deep away from the land. Look at what the animals are doing. That's exactly right, Riker. You are correct. They are swimming away to find shelter. They have to protect themselves to get out of the stormy weather. That's what they do when the storm comes. Well, it's time for us to start to prepare. So what do? We start to bring things in to keep them dry. I saw Mr. Whitaker and Mr. Robinson today bringing things inside from outside to keep them safe so that they wouldn't get blown over. They wouldn't get wet and perhaps destroyed. Wow, that's just like what these characters are doing. Well, then all of a sudden, what's happening? Take a look. What's come? The storm is here. Thunder is here. Lightning starts to crack. More thunder roars. It shakes the shutters, it rattles the doors. Then rain pours down from the sky and it won't stop raining. The sky turns slate. Look at the sky. So we hunker down and we watch and we wait. Look at the rabbits. What are they doing? They're hunkering down and they're waiting, just like our friend in the house here. Is that what we're going to be doing tonight? I hope so. That's what Dr. Ivey's going to be doing. I'm going to be hunkered down to stay safe. Well, what do we do while we hunker down to stay safe? Well, we might play a game by the candlelight. Maybe we'll tell some stories. We'll curl up tight. We'll listen to the rainfall rush. Do our characters look happy? Yeah, they're happy even though it might be really sad outside. Right, boys and girls? And that's okay. That's what we want to do, right? We got to stay inside. We got to stay safe. So let's spend some time together with our family. So, hey, what do you do when the storm is past? When the sun comes out and it's finally calm at last. Wow. Look at the difference between the sky, the water, the land. Does it look safe out there now? Yes. Why? Because the storm has passed. Well, when the storm has passed, we can leave our dens. Oh, look at the foxes coming out. Look at the dog coming out to play. Look at the birds flying. We can start to clean things up. We get a rake, we get a broom, we start to sweep and rake and take away the trash. We start to mix and we start to bake. Look at all of our characters working together because the storm has passed, right? And it's now time to clean up. We check on our neighbors. We make any repairs. We bring out tables. We start to pull up chairs. What kind of repairs do you think they might have to be making? That's right. If there's any damage done to our property, our house, maybe outside, maybe tree branches have fallen, maybe items have been knocked over, we got to get out there and we got to clean it up, right? That's right. Miss Harris, the director of the elementary academy, is with us. She says it's power of team. That's exactly right. Lucretia, your scholar, is giving you some great answers there. Colton, Charlie, Coralie, good to see you. That's right. They got to go fix the roof in this picture. So what do you do when the storm comes and then it's past? Well, we settle in and we enjoy the sun, happy that the storm is done, grateful for the change in weather and for the friends who flock together. The end. So boys and girls, in our first read aloud on Facebook of the new school year titled When the Storm Comes, we read a fiction book that had both an author and an illustrator, someone who wrote the story and someone different who drew the pictures. In our story, we learned, what do we do when the clouds start to roll in and when the wind chimes clang and the weather vanes, they start to spin? It means that a storm is coming. And boys and girls, Dr. Ivey read this book tonight that Mrs. Morigliano gave to me because it really does explain what's happening right now around us. And we got to get out of school early today, right? And there was a reason for that. We got to stay safe. We've got to stay indoors. We've got to listen to our parents. And because in the midst of the storm that has come to our community, we got to all work together, right? We got to show power of team and a growth mindset and a stand up and own it attitude, just like our core values at Liberty, to get through this. There's rain coming, more rain coming. There's some thunder coming. There's wind that's coming. But boys and girls, we are going to be safe. We are going to be okay. We are going to stay in our houses. We are not going to come to school tomorrow. Hopefully, you will have electricity. But boys and girls, if electricity goes out, it's going to be okay. You are with your parents, and they love you so very much. They're going to guide you and protect you if it does happen. But it's okay. We're going to get our schoolwork done. And Dr. Ivey wants to remind you that, boys and girls, we expect that you get your work done tomorrow, that we sit home with you today, even if you're not able to get onto the internet or get power in your house. You can still show a stand up and own it attitude, growth mindset, and power of team by staying safe inside, listening to your parents, working hard on your e-learning packets so that you can bring those back to school next week. So again, parents, e-learning day tomorrow. All scholars came home today with their e-learning packet. If you filled out the Chromebook request form, your scholar should have received the Chromebook and charger cord in their book bag sent home with them today. You also received the Clever badge, either put in their nest binder on their instructional packet, or it was taped to their Chromebook. You can use that Clever badge to help your scholar get in. They should know what to do, but again, it's early in the school year. Many of our scholars are new to Liberty and may not have had the opportunity to be on the Chromebook a lot, but we want to give our scholars an opportunity to use that Chromebook to help them with the teaching and learning tomorrow. Remember, we have open office hours tomorrow on Zoom from 8 in the morning until 11 o'clock. So you can hop on Zoom, check out the parent cheat sheet that we posted on Dojo. It was sent on the Remind app, and it was also emailed out to all parents this afternoon. Everything that you need to know to have a successful e-learning day with your scholar tomorrow is on that cheat sheet. Teachers are on standby if you need to communicate directly to them via Dojo so that you can collaborate together to work through any kinks tomorrow on our first e-learning day. We feel prepared. We feel confident that everything that you need has been provided to you. But hey, we're one team and family, so reach out to us if you need any assistance. Again, no school Friday, no school Monday. Tuesday is a dress down day if you are a member of PTO. So if you haven't joined PTO yet, you can still join. Remember that it's a two-step process. You got to fill out the membership form, and then you got to pay your dues either online with the link that's been provided on Dojo or through Cash App. Boys and girls, if nobody's told you that they love you today, Dr. Ivey is here to tell you that he loves you so very much. And I'm giving you hugs from afar away. We won't see each other for several days, but I cannot wait to see you all again on Tuesday for another great day of teaching and learning at the Eagle's Nest. Parents, we love you too. We thank you for your flexibility. We appreciate all that you do to support us at Liberty STEAM Charter, because we know it takes everybody's engagement, everybody's active engagement to move our children to the next level. And we cannot do that without your support. All right, tune in next week. We're going to start our STEM weekly read alouds. So this was a sneak peek. We started this last year in the fall. And so every week we had a read aloud that had a STEM connection. And again, it was to promote home and school coming together so that you, the parent, could have very meaningful STEM conversations with your scholar to further the conversation about what they're learning at school, particularly with the engineering design process, and how to be critical thinkers, collaborators, problem solvers, and to show off that creativity. All right, everybody, have a good night, and we'll see you soon at the Eagle's Nest.